Hello, Jill Dupree here again. I want to talk to you today about high income skills and low income skills. And I'm going to be talking about this again, but today I want to talk about the ones that we learnt at school. The things that we thought, that the teachers thought we really needed to know. You know, like how long it took a train to leave one station, where it met, how long it would take to do this, and how long, who the heck cares? As long as they don't meet on the same line, I think that's the most important thing, because then it'd be one heck of a crash. So I never ever worked that out, how long it would take. It just blew my mind. My father couldn't get over that I could not understand it. It was just one of the things I couldn't fathom. Maths was just not my skill. And if I had wanted to become an accountant or something in the maths world, or lecture in maths or something like that, I would have had to know all those things. But because I am not skilled in maths, definitely not, I can balance my budget, and that's all I've had to learn. So give me good old arithmetic any day. The minute they said problem, sums, it was one huge problem, like the sword of Damocles waiting to fall on top of me, you know, a problem. Well, I don't want problems like that. So I want to rather look at the things, the skills that you need to build something that'll grow and be of value. It's the same in the sewing room. I mean, I can move this machine to that table and to that desk, and I can put the threads here and the threads there, and I can friddle away my time, my precious time doing that, instead of actually taking out a pattern, reading through the pattern, deciding, getting the fabric, making sure I've got the right fabric, the right amount of fabric, and make it into a usable garment. You know, something of value. It's something I can wear for many years to come. Hopefully, especially if I keep my weight right, you know. Otherwise, it'll have to be put on the back burner until I lose the weight. But it's, or you put elastic in the waist, that makes it help, you know. Then you can stretch a bit. But there are things that you can do to waste time in any business that you have. So, look, I'm not going to talk about wasting time doing the dusting. I mean, we all know that it's a total waste of time, because tomorrow the dust is going to be back again. And you never know who you're dusting off the shelf, for heaven's sake. You know, it could be any one of your family members that have gone before you that you're actually dusting away. You might want them around. So don't worry about that. Get on with things that are of real value. Do things. If you're studying to do something, you can carry on studying and never actually do. You know, you can become so engrossed in all these wonderful meetings you can go to, and you can learn this and learn that, and that was such a good speaker, and you can do all these things. But why don't you implement them? Why don't you actually let them make money for you by implementing them? So don't pay out all this money to go to on all these courses, and you know, and think that you're actually gaining so much from them when you're actually not, unless you implement them. It's the same as sitting, listening, you know, or playing on the computer. It's not something I'd like to do, but anyway, say on your phone, you know, you can play as many games as you like, but what value is it? Unless you're making money by actually either creating the games, you know, and selling the games, you're not doing anything of value for yourself. You know, the only one I can think of is words with friends, because you're actually learning new words. And there are probably others, but you can't spend all day doing that, because what are you doing with those words? What if you create a blog with them? You know, do something useful with them. Use an exceptional word to create a new blog. Fine. I've got a wonderful thing called a thesaurus. You probably know about a thesaurus. Mine was my dad's. And I love this thing. I actually even fixed it up with a piece of fabric on the binder, you know, because the binding was all gone. But I love using it because I come across words I had never ever thought of before or come across before. And then I think, now, how can I use that in a blog? You know, what images will it create in somebody else's mind or in my own mind that will make it of interest? And That's what we need to do, is use things, not algebra, all these funny things we learned at school. Just use things that you can